Hello, today I welcome you to my world of watches, and in this video I'm going to show you another 5 great watches on AliExpress. Let's see what it's all about. As you know, the summer sale on AliExpress has already started, and that means that there are big discounts on watches. I've already made a couple of these roundups. One was during the 11/11 sale and the other was during the mid-year sale. I'll leave a link in the description down below if you want to check out those videos. All of those mentioned watches still have pretty good discounts, so I would advise you to look into them. And as I always say in these roundups, I don't own any of these watches. This roundup is solely based on the reviews I saw on YouTube, Facebook, and other sources. And I didn't want to repeat myself, so in this video, we are going to see watches different that I mentioned before. So yeah, without further ado, let's see those 5 watches. First one on the list is the Cadisen C8179. I've seen it popping up a lot in my Facebook feed lately. This one is clearly inspired by the Gerald Gentis design, but what I really like is that they didn't go full on copy and then calling it homage. This one actually has some design features of its own. The bracelet on this one is executed very well. As you can see, there's a mix between polished and brushed surfaces. Brushing dominates more because they're going for a royal oak design. You can also choose between a sunburst and a crispy waffle dial, so there are options. It's made out of solid 316L stainless steel and has a mineral crystal, so that could be a negative for some. It also has 100 meters of water resistance, so if you want to do some light water activities like swimming or snorkeling, you definitely can. And of course, the best part is that it has a NH35A movement in it, one of the best budget automatic movements out there, hacking and hand winding, 24 joules and a 41 hours power reserve. So not only it will look great on wrist, but also be reliable. The only thing about this watch that stops me from buying it is the size. It's 46 millimeters in diameter and it's definitely too big for me. I don't know why they went with this size, as smaller would attract more people, but it is what it is. For $72, I think it's a great deal. The second watch on the list is the Pagani Design PD 1662. Now on this one, originality is not found, but you can find a lot of value for your money. A lot of creators are now publishing their reviews about this one. It was released not so long ago. As you can see, this one is based on the Rolex GMT Master 2. Weirdly, it has Explorer written just below the Pagani design. Looks a bit out of place. Now, if you want an homage closest to the original deal, this one is the one to look at. As I've said, it has a great spec sheet. For your $85, you get a full stainless steel band and case, a sapphire crystal, ceramic bezel, screw-in links and solid end links, a see-through case back, a nicely finished clasp, 100 meters of water resistance, screw-down crown, 60-click unidirectional bezel, and a fully functional GMT hand. It uses a Mingzu DG5833. I couldn't find a lot of information about this movement, but it hacks and hand winds. You can choose between a black bezel, Batman bezel, Pepsi bezel, and also Coke bezel. Looks very nice from what I've seen online, and at this price point, the specifications are hard to beat. Also, Pagani Design has just released their new Submariner homage, the PD 1661. If you want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description down below. I believe everything is very similar to the PD 1662, just it doesn't have a GMT hand and uses a Seiko NH35A rather than Mingzu movement. The third watch on this list is again an homage, this time to a Tudor Black Bay 58. This one is not so much talked about, the Corgeut 2010C. Comes in classic Tudor Black Bay dimensions at 41 millimeters in diameter, so it will be suitable for average size wrist. As you can see, there are very few differences from the real deal, but I think it's a really good looking watch. On this one, you can choose a lot of things. You can go for either a sterile dial or the one with the logo on it, and it either comes with a basic dial or the one with indices at 3, 6, and 9 o'clock. You can also choose between quite a few bezel colors. They even do this one with a GMT bezel. I have no idea why would they put a GMT bezel on a watch that doesn't have a GMT function, but maybe some of you would like this design choice. The best thing is that you can choose between a Miyota 8215 and a Seagull movement. I of course would advise you to go with the Miyota, but that's up to you. The watch costs a little bit more if you go with the Miyota. The spec sheet on this one is also pretty good. You get a full 316L stainless steel construction, solid links and solid end links, 90 click unidirectional bezel, 100 meters of water resistance, screw down crown, and a sapphire crystal. So for $85 asking price, this one is again a winner. Perfect day-to-day / beater watch in my opinion. Now for the fourth watch, let's look at something more stealthy. This is the new release from San Martin. They're gaining more and more traction because of the watches they make and money to value proposition that they have. This one, as you can see, is all PVD coated, but what really attracts me is the design. Not many companies actually make decent PVD coated watches. The colors on black just pops differently, and what's also cool is that the lume is the same color as the indices you go for. You can again choose between a sterile dial and the one with the logo on it. It comes on a black rubber strap, full stainless steel case and back, a sapphire crystal, 120 click unidirectional bezel, 200 meters of water resistance, so you can freely go for a dive with this one if needed, screw down crown, and again the reliable Seiko NH35A movement inside. They also do these watches in stainless steel and bronze cases if you don't dig this design. Again, a lot of dial options to choose from. The price difference is very little also. So for this one you will be spending a little bit more, but the price to value ratio is well worth the $217 price. And the last watch on the list is a pilot watch from Steeldive. I chose this one purely because of the simple design and great specifications. As you can see, the dial is as simple as it gets. Arabic numerals, a small date window at 3, and a nice set of lume sword hands. Steeldive also has been gaining more and more attention recently. Very affordable watches, many of which are of course homages to Seiko and other different companies. This one is again a spec monster, a stainless steel case, a stainless steel band. You can also choose between leather, NATO and rubber straps, 200 meters of water resistance, screw down crown, sapphire crystal, quite a decent lume, and a Seiko NH35A movement inside. The size is also very proper for this watch style at 39mm in diameter, so again it will suit most of the wrists. Yeah, I think this one is well worth taking a look at if you're looking for a cheap pilot's watch. And as I've said, this company has a lot of homages to different watches like Submariners, SKXs and such, and they seem like quite a deal too. So there you go, here are another 5 great watches to take a look at on the summer sale. I think they offer outstanding value for your money. I have no idea how they managed to make them for such a low price when a lot of times the movement costs more than half of the watch's price. And as I've said, if you want to check out my other selections, I'll leave the links in the description down below, as well as all of the links for these watches. As always, if you have any sort of questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below. And if you like my video, please leave a like and also consider subscribing and hitting that little bell so you'll get notified when I upload a new video. And now thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.